Right, KOTE round 5. It's game from... Sorry, KOTE season 5, round 3. It's a game from Marcus the Manchester Mavericks versus cincinkid. We come in just after it started, so Marcus is playing Villain Marcy, one of my decks. You know, I think it's an undersassed deck. I think the Star Alliance use of Kirby's and so on, and Ingram's really lets you leverage higher than it should do. Looks like cincinkid went first, played out an H and Bear. Marcus responded, we used Draining Truck to kill it, the Inspector and a Spider. cincinkid played Poison Wave, killed them both. Purged, looks like Gongoozle from their hand. They played Bait and Switch, played Cell in the Fence. Marcus responded with Walls, an Ingram, Kirby's Blaster on Walls. Lost in the Woods. Shuffle Ingram and Fell in the Fence. Chief Angel order his decks. Full Moon, out came Niffle Ape and a Vigor. Put them up on Amber. Marcus response, out came becomes Kirby. And then Festering Touch, Reap with Walls, did the damage to the deck. Discarded the Gateway of Dis, played Charette, played Each of the Dead, played another Charette, capturing most of Marcus's. Reap with Kirby, Free Faced, killed pretty much the entire Dis board. Reap with Kirby again, play another Medic Ingram. There we go. And this is pretty typical of Villain Marcy. You'll just sit there in Star Alliance while still playing out half of your deck, thanks to the Kirby's and the Tabers. And just board clearing, because that's what some of the actions on the other side are. So the kid did a couple of fuzzy Grutons, and they should call them back in their hand, Gruined again. That's a lot of amber for everybody, really. Advantages with Marcus though, he got the key first, so as long as he can get 2 amber here, he'll be ahead of the race, and surely you can just do that off Star Alliance. So Marcus is having a think. Obviously we can't see what's in his hand. He's gone Shadows. I hope he can get his still get his 2 amber. Okay, we've got a subtle chain to go over that chain gang. Because that would be very strong if there was. So I've got a mug. So we're on 6 anyway, and we've cleared the hand. Yeah. I mean, if you had a handful of shadows, I can understand that from Marcus. Much the same. I'm surprised that the cincinkid didn't put one of those Star Alliance back in Marcus's hand, like the Walls maybe, or even the Kirby to get rid of the Blaster. So cincinkid goes Dis, Lifeward. Unless they've got a board clear as well, it's going to be a bit late. Oh, I suppose we should have a look at Cincin's deck. The gateway to this is gone. Gongoozle's gone. Could possibly have a Hysteria. Would work well with the Gruins. Yeah, fairly standard. Shadows there. Maybe trying to hope that Miasma's going to buy him that flip of the tempo from Marcus. Do they have no? So they don't have a key charge. So that's what they're going to hope. They're going to hope that they can flip the tempo on Marcus by miasmering one turn. I mean, not unreasonable, but it's also not that hard now for Marcus to take them off key if they don't put any more amber out. Oh, resting Guntis. And preventing Star Alliance. Yeah, I mean it's okay. Control the weak, force Dis. Yeah, reasonable. If Marcus doesn't have something like a Festering Touch or something, he may be in trouble. But he's moved Archive, So presumably you'd archive this to nail that resting Guntus. Equally, that charrette is annoying because it's done that tempo flip we're talking about. Because now, unless he somehow takes free amber off cincinkid, cincinkid's going to get to that second before he will. I've not killed the resting Guntus, so we're still locked out of star lines. That isn't good. Cincinkid goes to second, Marcus is still on 4. So we're drifting away now. Which way are they going to go? Right, well there's the hysteria. That's, I mean, it's taken away the resting Guntus. The resting Guntus will probably come down again, naming Star of Alliance, and I guess it'll be game because those Druins are back in hand, which is going to be enough easily for the third key, and I don't think Marcus is going to be able to take them off. Yeah, I mean Marcus is locked out of creatures. Resting Guntus is probably going to mesh with the plans as well. What's resting Guntus naming? I mean, I don't know, maybe Shadows, because if Marcus had redrawn into the if he'd drawn that subtle chain to go with the chain gang. So I suppose I should actually show you. There you go. There's Will and Marcy. But yeah, not looking good for Marcus now. So he has gone Shadows. There's the charrette to keep them off key as well. I guess Marcus is probably going to go Star Alliance. I'm not. Is there anything in Shadows that could help? Really here? No, it's gone. Oh, sorry, it's going held off Shadows. So I think it was in Dis. Archive a card off the library. Okay. Can we kill the resting Guntus? Wow. Really, Marcus? I guess if all you had in your hand was Star Alliance creatures. There you go, pass back to Marcus. We've not quite enough amber for Marcus to forge, but cincinkid is well over his third. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in Marcy that can do to get around this. Even Garcia's, just outclassed by the amount of ammo they've got there. So they have got a Kirby. Could you what could you do? Ronnie and Garcia? Still not enough. They can't Ronnie and Garcia, can you? No. He had an absolute handful of Star Alliance creatures. It would have been great if it wasn't for the Life Ward. Oh well. So yeah, not very good record so far this round for the Mavericks. We'll have to see how we do in future games.